want to talk about ethics today. This is going to be my visual aid. It's pretty simple. It's just paper with talking about ethics, basically. It has some words on it. And as you look at that, maybe pass it around, you're going to notice different words. And everybody's going to do that. It's going to be the first words you notice. And even some of the words that you see are going to have different meanings. Today, across the world, we're viewed as what most people are calling tossed salad. At one time, America was thought to be a melting pot, but it's not. Everyone has different beliefs, and you're not going to change that. No one's going to conform. We're not going to conform to society as a whole. We all are going to have the different beliefs based on different things. Webster defines ethics as a moral belief system that is based on learned traits, basically. And because of that, you're not going to have one single set of what you believe ethically or morally. In some countries, such as the Middle East, for instance, it is believed to be ethically okay to do what are called honor killings. And honor killings, in essence, are defending your family's honor by killing a female in that family who has done them wrong. Usually these killings are done because she went out and possibly had sexual relations with a man that she was not in wedlock with, and it brought dishonor to her family. Therefore, her brother or father would kill her to sort of get rid of that belief, or get rid of that problem. It's viewed today as, of course, by most of the world as something completely barbaric and terrible. But by many people in these countries, it's fine. As a matter of fact, it's fine so much that in the legislature, they don't really even mind it. A lot of people are trying to get this law reversed and more strict punishments dealt upon those that commit this crime. But it's rooted so deep in their tradition that no one really cares about it. And that's terrible to say, but it's true. It's deep traditional root. Did you know that in China right now, that many people, you can be killed for a lot of different things, such as for a punishment, and their laws are actually very strict. But right now in China, it is not believed that you are supposed to do right by others for no reason. It's a concept that's fairly foreign to China. In a book entitled Beyond the Chinese Face, it writes that really the only historical reading that you could point to that would promote doing good unto others is the art of Confucius, which is do unto others as you would expect others to do unto you. However, that principle isn't followed. I personally have a Chinese roommate, and we often talk about things. And he brought up a story of a woman who was boarding a bus, and she was knocked over, and she had broken her hip. There was a man behind her that, out of the kindness of his own heart, had no reason to do it, helped her. He called the ambulance, he helped her go to the hospital, and even stayed with her until her family arrived. And by the time the woman had woke up and was, back to her normal self, she decided that she was going to sue this man because she believed that he was the person that knocked her over. And so the lawsuit happens. And because the man helped her and had no other purpose, it made him almost look guilty in the court of law, and she was awarded a large sum of money for her damages from the man. So it basically stands to reason that in China that you don't have to do well on others. An ethical belief, you can choose to believe it or not. In the United States, we believe that it's often better to lock someone into a prison for anywhere from a few months to a double life sentence of hundreds of years, versus just killing these people. Now, to us, that may sound, okay, that makes sense. However, when you think about it, we're locking these people that had a perfectly good life outside of a prison, in a prison for their entire life. Yes, they get 3 hot meals and a bed to sleep in. That's true. But you're still locking them in what is, in essence, a cage. In many other countries, they would have simply killed these people. People that are murderers, that we're just locking away for life. And in a study done by the deathpenalty.org, which is an organizational website that is basically promoting to do away with the death penalty in states, more and more states are going to completely abolishing the death penalty. And as America, that is something that we're used to because we believe the ethical standpoint of keeping people alive. Killing is wrong on all levels. But in other countries, that's something that's just simply not done. Everybody everywhere has a different belief. It doesn't matter if you're in America, you're going to find different ethical beliefs. Russia, China, the Middle East, anywhere you go. And because of that, a lot of people seem to look down on these people because they don't believe what they do. But you kind of have to understand that if you're in their point of view, how are they looking at you? And when you think about that question in those terms, I think you should be a lot more lenient on other people. Regardless of their views, they're doing what they feel is best. These traits are generally learned through parenting, socialization, or even education. Observations are really what help your moral basis because you see how others react. So a lot of times it's something that you learn through that, and if you haven't ever learned otherwise, you have no other way to believe.
Let's hear it. Thank you very much.